Not-for-profits in 2020 will look very different to how they look today. And the workshops here reflect that.
Not-for-profit is an interesting area in which to work because we need to make a profit to exist. So it's profit for purpose and trying to keep up with how rules are changing, ACNC and everything else that's going on is the reason for being here. So it's a real challenge in the sector.
It does really depend about size, and it's whether you're too small or whether you're too big. We're very successful because we've got a very innovative and connected actually board. But the challenge for the future is around governance. We are businesses, and what is non-for-profit. Non-for-profit doesn't mean you not make a profit. So, and I think they're the keys for the future. And how do you bring non-for-profit boards around that?
I'm finding it at the moment that as we move forward into a new organisation, things that we thought we had in place, things in areas of commercial reality, perhaps we're now challenging ourselves as we move forward to really rethink how the board and how the CEO and the senior management team should be working together.
Looking at conversations around how to grow sustainable businesses and whether that's through merging or working differently with different sectors.
I think it's a work in progress. I don't think it's easy to do this. This is something that you have to get the culture right and get the understanding right and get over the egos that are involved in what can be a clash of cultures. But I think the imperatives are you've got to stay viable and solvent, and it might mean you have to find new areas of income.
Looking at it commercially as well as being a non-profit, so the two sides to that, one is delivering quality service and the other is also you need to make a surplus and be sustainable.
Run the business.
Yeah, run the business and focus on the business rather than just the service delivery. So I think that's the key.
Getting the balance right in the boardroom about the understanding of the services that we're developing, and these services are changing rapidly with the reform of aged care, particularly here in Australia. So there's a lot of lessons that our board needs to take away, and we're looking very much now at how the regulatory burden might be reduced by the government on organisations like ours if we can evidence best practice governance.
There's positives for metro and there's positives for rural. I think once again in rural providers it's about how big you are, but it's also the connections that you actually make as well with other providers in the area as well. So there is opportunities. I think there's fantastic opportunities about how providers connect and support each other with back of house services.
Certainly there's much more competition, much more regulation and the need for more resources, and that creates more overhead. So economies of scale is important for us and any provider in the industry.
The key, I think, is going to be how do we attract, retain and build a workforce that is going to be capable of delivering the huge increase in volume of need. And how do we engage with a new generation of people who want to work in aged care and want to work in not-for-profit organisations. And I'm continually encouraged by the fantastic young people who seem to want to make careers in not-for-profit organisations. So making a good work environment for them, using the technology that they want to use for the future. Some of these are the challenges that I think that people like me as CEOs have got to grapple with.
I was talking to a woman last night who said, I'd just read a parenting book and I couldn't get past the first page because the first page said if your children are misbehaving, look at your own behaviour. And I think we could apply that to board chairs. If your board is not functioning in the way that you want, then look at your own behaviour.
That's quite a powerful message for chairs, given that some chairs in fact see themselves as in a fairly iconic position after a long journey in their career. So how do we actually change some of their behaviours, do you think, in reality?
Building awareness. With awareness we have choice, and until if we've got some behaviours that aren't working, until we can build awareness and until people can really understand that's what's going on, then they've got no choice about how they respond. So we need to gently help them build awareness.
Well, I think the biggest barrier is in the mind and being able to change perspective. new paradigms, and being able to move forward with whatever we need to in the future.
We need to move forward with that now and move into the new era, the new social media era, and I think reinvent maybe our purpose from what it has been in the past. So big transition for us.
I think trying to work together with other organisations, pool resources, become more efficient and get better.
We are in a time of needing to diversify our funding. We're needing to look at our governance models, how we represent our members and the people that we're providing services to. And coming to this conference was really an opportunity to get some new ideas, expose us to new ways of thinking, and also to talk with other directors and see how they're managing all of these kinds of issues.